What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Scrolling X Wars show. We have a very special guest that I've been trying to get on for like centuries now, and finally,
Centuries.
and finally, we are here. The talented Anna Graves is on the show.
What's going
She
on, everybody?
plays
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
she plays Duchess Satine from the Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and many other Star Wars projects that we're going to talk about on the show. So, on Anna, I almost said Anna. Anna, we're not letting it go. Just so we know, we're not letting it go.
I know, right? Don't let it go. I'm unfrozen. Not frozen,
Yes,
Anna. Anna.
yeah, Anna. I always get confused with the Annas. I don't know why. I
I
just think
know.
that's
Well,
how I say it.
let's just be honest. Since Princess Anna came onto the scene in general, all of us Annas and Annas get asked, "Is it Anna or Anna?" And then no one can remember, and it's totally fine. I will answer to both. Okay. Cool.
But she just has her attorney outside my house, like, Chris, you butchered her name. Like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, oh, damn it, man. I failed.
Uh,
I failed.
most most of us voice actors don't have lawyers on call. We're good. We're good.
But how are you, my friend? How's everything?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Work's like slow but good. I would say people are getting creative with the projects that they're working on. And also during our big, long interactive strike with video games, people started writing their own podcasts and doing their own radio play shows and fun things like that. So I've gotten the opportunity to meet some new people that I didn't think that I would because of that. So that's cool. But I'm in general happy, healthy, working, living my good life.
Posting flowers, you know? Posting
Yeah,
flowers.
posting flowers.
Uh,
Yes, I was just telling Chris I'm terrible at social media, so every now and then I'm like, you know what? This flower looks really beautiful. I should probably share it with everyone. But that's not necessarily true. I like so Christopher Sean. I love that man. My friends who are big Star Wars Resistance fans,
oh, yes.
I got to spend time with Christopher at Rebel ScumCon. He's got it down. Follow him on social media. He's his stories over the last 48 hours. I'm just sitting there watching all of them, and he's keeping me hooked. So
He
I'm
keeps
I'll
you
just,
updated.
he keeps you updated. Yeah. So
That's
I'm not. I told you I'm an open book before we started this interview, but apparently I'm not an open book on following like what I ate for breakfast. So
maybe you
sorry,
should post
folks.
that. You got to post that content, Anna.
All right,
You got
I'll
to
try
post
that
that.
for like 48 hours. I'll pick 48 hours. I'll let you know about it, and we'll see if that makes a difference, if anybody cares.
But I'll care. I'll
Thank you.
care. Just so
Thank
you
you,
know,
sir.
I'll care.
Thank you very much.
Um,
Duchess Satine thanks you.
I love her. I love her. Uh, but before we get into Duchess, I want to
Yes.
ask, how did you become a voice actor? When did you
Oh,
realize in your little childhood that you had, little childhood we have, like
yeah.
you want to be a voice actor?
I think I did realize it as a little child and I didn't know it. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, we had little Fisher Price recorders. So you could hit record, you could push play. So I would make fake commercials, I would make fake characters, I would listen to books on tape. So I had my picture books along with the audio tapes that went along with them. And I just loved that. Like I loved being entertained by voices and I loved creating voices. So fast forward to like high school, I did theater. I tended to play a lot of character roles or characters that had accents. When I was Maria in The Sound of Music, you betcha, I was doing my best Julie Andrews. So, and then when I fast forward to moving to Los Angeles, like 25 years ago, I was working at a movie advertising company and met the people who do the trailer voices. And I thought, oh,
Oh,
that's so cool. Like voice acting, specifically, yes, voice acting, that's a job. So I started taking classes, stopped doing free theater, and and just fell in love with it and have been doing it ever since.
that's awesome. So do you remember your first ever like voiceover project that you done?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing that what do you mean? Do you mean paid job or like, oh,
No, your
this is
first,
something?
I could say like first ever, like ever, the first thing you ever done, paid
Okay,
or
the
not paid.
first thing I ever did that was voiceover was in high school. I got to be a student reporter for NBC. I went to a public high school in Memphis, Tennessee. amazing theater program, amazing TV film department, right? We ran the studio. So I got a chance my senior year to be a student reporter for NBC, and I was doing voiceover for the news packages that I was putting together. So I learned how to work in front of a microphone then.
Wow.
And that was probably my first brush with voiceover.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
want to be
So
that. I
you
would
know, and
like
it
to
was
be a
things
voice
like,
actor.
the students here at blah 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 high school really feel that uniforms aren't necessarily, it's like, it was probably very reportery. And then we had the local Memphis reporters, and I was always trying to do an impression of them. And I always tell people who are interested in voice acting, if you're into like regional accents, especially American regional accents, like I asked Chris where he was from. I was like, I got a hint of that East Coast, but you don't know where you're from, right? So you're from Jersey. Okay, what part of Jersey? So if I wanted to get a good Jersey accent and I watched the Jersey news, you don't pay attention to the anchors, because all the anchors try to sound like this. Like they all
do.
sound, they all have this generic tone. But listen to the locals, listen to the people who live in Jersey, and then that's the accent you want to pick up on.
Oh, so you might pick up on my accent.
Yeah.
Like
I
when I
got
say like bull or chocolate or something like that.
bull, especially when you say chocolate or bull. And also, as a voice actor, I don't mean to, but like if I'm talking to you and like all of a sudden like I start sounding like I'm like from the East Coast or from New Jersey, like it's not my fault.
It's just a habit. It just goes right in your mouth. Like how your vocal cords actually.
Yeah, I blame them.
Yeah, I would. But so you started off young, and
Yeah.
now you transform back maybe into the like early 2000s. Getting your feel into things like this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Uh,
It's like a Wayne's World.
it's like yeah. And now you're auditioning for Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
What?
How did that come about? How did the audition process to become Duchess Satine? Because I know a lot of people like go into auditions and don't like they audition, just say I auditioned for Ahsoka, and then they go, oh no, but you're a better Padme than that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
did you go in for the Duchess, or you didn't know any of the characters? You just went like, you know what, I have an audition. I'm gonna try it, see how they like it, and see what they do with it.
That is an excellent question. And yes, I did specifically audition for the Duchess Satine.
Oh wow.
And I still have my audition on my computer. My audition is not good. like it was good enough apparently to get the callback. So when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, huh, that's not a great audition. But I was the tone, I was the pitch, I was the age, I was the vibe that they were looking for. So that's the thing, is like you try to interpret these auditions and give them your best version of what you think they want. So I got the call back, and when I went in, I read for Duchess Satine, and I got more information, more direction, more. I was like, oh, okay, you soak it all up, and then you give them, really put your best foot forward. And then I did get a chance to read for Ahsoka while I was there, but
Oh,
I
you
didn't.
did?
I did, yeah. So she's
Oh
like, well, I have
wow.
another script I want you to check out. Just go outside, work on it, come back in. I was like, I didn't understand the vibe. I didn't understand the youthfulness and I didn't know how cartoony or not cartoony to go with it. And I left not feeling great about my Ahsoka audition, but feeling really good about my Satine audition. So you never know. Like that's the thing. You go in, you do your best, and then you walk out and it's out of your hands. So
Now, when did you audition for the role of the Duchess?
it was the lines. So the first episode that I recorded was called Voyage of Temptation. It was the second episode where you guys get to meet her. In this second season, I don't remember what episode number it is, but it was the first episode that I recorded. So the lines from that episode were the lines that I auditioned with.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So it was all the lines that were in the audition remained in the show.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so amazing. I would now. When did you actually start filming this show? Because I know it's 2008, 2009. So
Yeah.
how long have you been in before the aired seasons?
I think I auditioned originally in 2007, and I believe I didn't work on an episode until 2008. But yeah, from 2008 till, I don't know. Well, I mean, for years, just because I worked
Yeah.
on shows through season 6. Um, but yeah, the episode that we all know that we'll talk about, um, that aired in 2012, I recorded that in 2010.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was quite a long time. 2010 or 2011? No, it's probably 2010. Yeah, yeah.
Now, as you read the script, as you're getting prepared for the Duchess, did you ever think her story would come to an end? Or did you think because I'm gonna tell you when I first start watching the Clone Wars, I really liked the Duchess. I thought she was so badass, so cool, and has a relationship with Obi-Wan,
See,
and
you
we
got
wanted.
her. You got her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only character I had a problem with, and she's like my all-time favorite character in the world, is Ahsoka. Because like in the beginning she's snotty, she's a little brat, she's not like listening and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's most teenage girls, they
She's
don't
very
really.
headstrong, very headstrong.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, so I got to like love her from I think like season 2, season 3, and now I just love her instantly. That's like my all-time favorite character in the world.
Yeah.
She's helped me through so much, Ahsoka, in real life. But going back to Satine, I watched it as the episodes kept going, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna be alive in season 7. Like there has to be like you can't how would the only time she would die is assassination. But I'm like, there's no way she's gonna get assassinated because like Obi-Wan's there to protect her. So I think that episode that we're gonna talk about with Maul, and I'm like, wow, that is crazy how
Yeah.
he just ended her like that. And I was like, wow, there goes my theory out the window. Because I was expecting, like, we get the movies, we get 1, 2, and 3, and after the third movie we see the Empire come into power. So it's like, maybe like I thought the Duchess was gonna be like a spy, undercover. She escapes. She's not Mandalore no more. Or we see the eyes through her, like through what would happen in the Empire. Like I thought, like as a fan, not knowing what will happen because I watched Clone Wars from episode 1, and then I don't think season 7. I think season 7 was coming out to season 6. So season 6 is like, wow, what happened here? And then season 7, is there 8 seasons of Clone Wars? I totally forget. Is
7.
there 8 seasons?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
don't know where I'm
after
getting it
6, it
from.
went away, and then everybody, fought and then saved the Clone Wars. 7.
Yes. Yeah, because I'm like, why am I going for 8? I remember an 8 season. I'm like, there's no 8 season, Chris. That's my brain today. That's my brain.
It happened.
But I would remember watching it. I'm like, no, there's no way. She has to be something. Like, because as you watch the Clone Wars, you're not expecting anything from episode 3 to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. I'm not
Right.
expecting. I'm expecting different like dialogues. Like different stories. Like even with Padme. Like I watching the Clone Wars and watching even Anakin's story through the Clone Wars, you don't see any of that full. You see a little, but not like, oh my God, he's Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Like you
Right,
don't see
right.
that.
Yeah.
So even with the Duchess, like I didn't really see like her going down that route. I thought she was going to be on the council with Padme, and then when they have that cut scene in episode 3 where all the senators are talking, I
Yeah.
thought she would be in it. You know what I mean? Or not in it, or just maybe mentioned or something like that. And then you watch season 4, it is
5.
season 4.
Season 5.
Oh, season 5. Season 5, and
Mm.
Maul does what he does, excuse me, not she. See, my brain is like, woo.
It's Friday. It's
It's
Friday.
Friday, yeah. It's Freaky Friday, guys. Freaky Friday. Freakier Friday. But yeah, like I wasn't expecting
I
the
think that's the
Duchess
joy, though,
Satine.
of Star Wars, right? Is the unexpected. Is the
Yeah.
what? Darth Vader is Luke's dad? What? Like, I think George Lucas as a storyteller enjoys doing that to people. And it's not something he's doing to us, but he's sharing with us, And I think um I think that it was something that Duchess Satine's demise was something that was debated and talked about for a long
Okay.
time. Yes, it was definitely in the cards for her to not make it. So, and I actually had a conversation with Dave Filoni that went like, "Well, we're not sure how she's going to die, but we know she's going to die." And I said, "Does she need to die, Dave?" Like I pulled the thing. I tried to charm him and was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I believe we need the Duchess Satine for this and this." And it was, now in hindsight, like I wish I was digging more information out of him. And I remember we kind of made jokes like that it would be a something, because she had so many beefs with so many people, with the emperor and different.
She stood her ground. She stood her
Yeah,
ground.
she stood her ground, man. She was trying to stay neutral. She was trying to do this for her people and trying to find a peaceful solution to what she thought was a problem within her society, which I appreciated. So I think by it not being politically motivated, I think it was a surprise to everyone that it was instead an act of revenge and a sure sign of loss of love on Obi-Wan's part.
It is. It really was. I felt so bad for Obi-Wan. I
Yeah.
really did. I felt like that scene like destroyed me because I wasn't expecting that. And that's what you said, George Lucas, you expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Um
No, I thought some assassin was gonna come take her out. Like I remember a conversation talking about the Untouchables, because there's that scene in the Untouchables. If you haven't
yes.
seen the Untouchables, see the Untouchables. It's a great film. But it's like the guy dies and it's falling down the stairs, and it was just gonna be very dramatic. But no, and the thing is when you're vocalizing something, when you're acting out a scene, you're acting out what you think is happening. But then when you finally see it animated, I mean, look, it was heart-wrenching for me as well. So when I finally saw the episode air, I was bawling. I was crying. This is terrible. I can't. So when people send me, little memes and cut scenes from that, I'm just like, oh, why did you send that to me? But thank you. But I thank everybody who remembers her and sends anything. And I think, I mean, Sam Witwer, who plays Maul, is just like a delightful
He's
person and
oh
human
yeah, he
being in
really
general.
is.
So he's been apologizing to me for years, just so you all know. So he jokes, and he's like, every time I see you, I feel like I need to apologize. And I'm like, dude, we're good.
You didn't really need to kill me in real life. It's
You didn't
okay.
really
It's
kill me.
all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm still
But
here. I'm still here.
I'm still here. But it was
Aw.
extremely sad. And yeah, but in but in the best way as far as storytelling goes and as far as Star Wars goes. So I'm just so happy I got this beautiful pin at Rebel ScumCon recently that
Oh,
an
that's
artist
awesome.
made.
Oh,
Look at how
that's
gorgeous that is.
awesome.
That
I gotta
is
make a pin
the
of that.
Foundling Merchantile.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. I
yeah.
gotta make a pin. I have a pin idea for Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan
Oh,
soon, so
please, yes, pin me. Yeah, there's really no merchandise or action figures of Duchess Satine. So whenever fans have created art and pins, I'm just like, oh, thank you, that's amazing.
now is she one of your favorite characters?
She is one of my favorite characters. Yes, as you can see, I changed my middle name to Duchess. Um, no, actually, I think I just did that for fun. But I did name my iPhone Duchess. So whenever I plug it in or someone's trying to share contacts with me, they're like, Duchess? I'm like, yeah, that's me.
That's me. Well, you're not a real Duchess. No, I am. You just don't know who I
You
am,
just don't know it. I'm just living in disguise as a voice actor. But no, I still have a lot of room in my heart for Duchess Satine because I loved playing her so much. And we got to record the episodes all together. So the Clone Wars cast
Aw.
got really tight. We were very good friends. We still have remained friends. And it was just an experience unlike any other animated series I've worked on because of that. Like it was
Aw.
getting in there and doing each scene 3 times and okay, we got it, move on, next scene 3 times, okay, move on, but it's not always like that. Sometimes you go in and it's just you and you're relying on the director and the writer to know what's happening. You do your scenes and then you leave. So
Oh,
we
that's
just,
awesome.
yeah.
That's really awesome. I love how I know I like I have Vanessa on the show and she was telling me she was in the studio recording her lines, some of her lines too. How was it like working with Dave?
Oh, Dave's fantastic because I mean, here's the thing. It's always your dream as a creative person to work with other creative people a certain level, right? And Dave, as a storyteller and as a director, is that top layer of the cake. He's just wonderful. Um, he's just he's so intuitive and he knows what he wants, and he never ever made me feel rushed or like he didn't have time to talk to me about a question I had, or if I had an idea for a scene or a character, or if I was creating a new voice for a new character. Sometimes he would bring me in to voice a character and I didn't know what they would sound like. I would say, "So what do you have in mind?" And it was a collaboration. And
Oh,
so he's just so wonderful. So I just love what he has done with Lucasfilm and where he's gone and like what he's doing now. And the last time I got to work with him on camera was he was directing me in Tales of the Empire. And Steve Bloom and I played like these attendants for Meredith Salinger's character. What's her name?
Barasofi.
Yeah, for
Barasofi, we love you.
Barasapi. There you go. So I was just like, this is amazing. So, but we caught up and chatted and talked about Lord of the Rings. I love talking to him about Lord of the Rings. I've been asking him for years to make a Lord of the Rings animated series, and I said, look, I'm literally learning Elvish, so please let me know.
Please I'll call you first. Let me just.
Right? Call me.
That's yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So my next question, Anna, is that the Duchess is such a huge, I think to me a huge character in Star Wars because Obi-Wan and her had a relationship.
Yeah.
We don't know what it was. We get some books, we see some, but what is your opinion? What would you like that? Well, wow, that sounded whack it. Wow. I just heard that. Um, I'm no, it's Friday. My head is spinning. Um, it's crazy. Now to me, like I love like when they do like Tales of the Underworld, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Um, I would love a series of tales of just like Mandalore. What happened with Obi-Wan and the Duchess,
Yes.
before the Clone Wars, because we know Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were there protecting Mandalore. So
Can I
would you
just tell
like
you
that?
that that's the first time, like, I wish I had thought of that. That's genius because so many people have said, "Oh my God, if we could just get these stories, if we could get these stories, what happened with Obi-Wan and Satine and Qui-Gon?" And actually, you're right. Now that they're doing Tales of Empire, why didn't I think of that? Like, why couldn't that be its
That's
own
next time you talk to
standalone?
Dave. My idea. Tell him,
I will tell
Chris.
him. I will tell him. That's genius. So yeah, we just need like 6 episodes to figure
Yeah,
out
like
what happened.
what was their relationship like, and how like in reality after the Clone Wars, we still have the Duchess's shrine, her buried place in Mandalore. Did he ever go back to it? What was his last words to her? Does he visit? You know what I mean? I would love all those stories like they did with like just I don't they didn't do it, but like with Azaj and Quinlan, he put her in the water, just like the book, the ending of the book, and then
Right.
her ghost came back, and then she made like the wish and stuff like that, blah blah blah. And at the end of her third episode, like her episodes, like, oh, am I gonna catch? Oh no, I don't. Qui-Gon, not Qui-Gon. Why am I speaking about Qui-Gon? I can't even speak today, Anna. Oh my god. Oh my
Stop.
god.
Cut. Redo it. Take it again.
Yes, take it again. Quinlan, like the kid says, Quinlan might be on that bus or
Cool.
train,
Yeah,
and
I know, right?
she decides not to go on it. You know what I mean? Like the what ifs in in that scenario was like a what if like Obi-Wan, like
Yeah.
goes back to Mandalore, Duchess Satine is there. What happens if Duchess Satine stayed alive? What would her life be? What would she be doing? Padme is still gone in that world, but like the Duchess is still alive, and
Right.
Obi-Wan is still alive during the Empire reign too. Um But yeah, like I would love those little stories, like Tales of Mandalore, Bo-Katan, maybe Bo-Katan and the Duchess, how they were like, meet their family, how's their family life,
Yeah.
just little episodes of these stories that we didn't get in the Clone Wars, that some episodes were scratched. But I don't know if any of you guys recorded episodes like that, but I don't think so.
I didn't, not with that character. I did record some episodes that never got made, but not with that character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would love, like, I always ask James, like when I saw him in Rhode Island, I said, James, Duchess, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
connection here, James. He's such a sweet guy, James.
He's such a
Um,
sweetheart. Yes, I love
he,
James. And
he
did you
really
see?
is.
I'm sure you saw. Maybe you didn't. When James had his podcast and we did our scene from Romeo and Juliet
Yes, I did.
as the Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan. So for those of you who haven't seen it, check out James Arnold Taylor's podcast on YouTube, and you can see our scene. So, and he did a delightful one with Sam Witwer where they did a scene from Princess Bride, I think.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I gotta check that
So
one
good,
out then.
so good.
But yeah, like these stories, like I think the Star Wars universe needs them. I think I need them because I just love animation. I love what animation has grown into over the years of Star Wars and
Yeah.
even Marvel. Marvel's killing it too.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah, no, I
but
love Marvel. I love Star Wars. And I feel like animated stories are giving us the stories that we ourselves didn't know we needed or wanted. And that they're exploring these little facets that never got talked about in the 9 films that were made.
Yeah, and I think everybody, and like I hate how Star Wars does this. They give us all these films, right? And then they fill it in. Okay, what did we miss in this one? All right, well, let's put this in here. Let's put this in this one. It's like, guys, just give us the story first, and then you can give us
No, no,
the
no, no. Star Wars
anticlimactic,
doesn't do anything in order. You know
No,
that. They do it
I
out of
know.
order.
It's
Out of order.
crazy. It's crazy. But Anna, my next question is to you, like, what do you like if Duchess Satine was still alive today in the Star Wars universe? What do you think she would be doing?
Oh, I mean, I feel like her life was always a little bit in danger, or someone was always trying to do something. Like she had Almec was the prime minister, right? Who tried to pull the wool over her eyes and buy things from the black market and was doing things without her, because. And I think those episodes were called corruption. I can't tell you how many times I said corruption during that episode, by the way. But I think she held strong in her beliefs, and I think she still would continue to do so. I think she was an individual that, always wanted to do the right thing, and that's tricky. That's tricky when you're a leader, doing the right thing for everybody. But yeah, I think she would be continuing her mission of staying on that path of neutrality, getting her people to, she was very big into education and
She was.
learning and helping, and also respecting. There's just little snippets, right? There were little scenes, right, where the man takes his own life in front of her, and he talks to her in his native dialect, and she speaks back to him, and he's from the Concordian moon. So there were lines that I had to learn that actually had like a little hint of an Elvish feel to them, actually, going back to Elvish, by the way, which Dave liked that we did that. So Corey Burton played that role of that gentleman. And before he died, we spoke in this dialect. And I feel like she was very respectful of, even though this man maybe tried to do something terrible and was motivated to do something that, ultimately he probably would have gone to jail for, if he did cause the explosion right before he died.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, but she still respected him. She still tried to give him whatever.
Away.
Away. Yeah, exactly.
Away.
So, yeah, I think she'd be doing the good work, man.
I feel like she would be a spy, like a cool spy, but
Well,
a cool, like, undercover.
Yeah,
The
I do
Duchess would be.
love that episode of Duchess of Mandalore where that someone doctors a video, and so she's like, "I'm gonna get to the bottom of this." And she's running around in the cloak, right? She's got the cloak. She's meeting Obi-Wan in secret. I feel like she goes to the lengths that she needs to solve problems, and definitely, I think she would be. Yeah, sure. She's like kind of Sherlock Holmes
I
of
could see
Star
that.
Wars. Let's do that. Let's do those
And
series.
just give her a
Definitely.
blaster, just give her a
Just
blaster
give her a
and
blaster. Or, I mean, she's got a deactivator, so she could also have like other stun guns or something that,
yeah,
just non lethal weapons. Bear spray.
fart spray just so everybody could go the other way. No one
Right.
has to follow
Something. I don't know.
her.
We can come up
Your
with a line of weaponry for her.
Yeah, we Anna, see, this is why we're friends. See, this is why.
Right?
This is
Right?
why. This is why. That's why. Your favorite Duchess line or quote.
Ooh. Oh God. Favorite. It's so hard. It's so hard to say. My shining Jedi Knight. I sort of love it when she says, Obi-Wan Kenobi, my shining Jedi Knight. She's so sarcastic. She's just a little bit, because she has a little bit of a beef with him at that point. She's like, oh, look at you off, been doing your Jedi thing, and here you are. And, I guess at that point I'm sizing him up and trying to figure out if he's a walking contradiction based on the man I knew him to be and the man he is now. So, but how very sassy of her to do
She
that.
is. And I think
Um,
like there's so much with that too. Like as you see it play out in the show, like you go, oh, what's that about? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
how did they go from like loving each other because I think they did love each other to
yeah,
like not like wanting people to know like okay we had something on the side like we were an item, but I think because she wanted him to stay with her,
yeah,
not him go to the order. She wanted him with her at all times, and I think that's why. Like if you said the word, I would have stayed. That
right.
ending.
And I love that scene so much. I love that she says, "I loved you, when you came to my aid all those years ago." She's an open book. She's laying it all out there and being very honest with him. And I just love uh, what's his name? Tal Merrick. I don't believe this. Ugh. He's like, "Ugh, love." They're being all lovey-dovey, and I'm trying to murder her. Um, but yeah, no, it's such a great, great, great scene. And I think there was some rewrites there because that was the first episode we recorded. That was
Wow.
supposed to be the only episode that you met Duchess Satine. It was a one-off episode. But then George Lucas loved her so much and
Oh wow.
loved the relationship between Satine and Obi-Wan so much and loved where she was going with the people of Mandalore so much that he said, I want more episodes of this. So they wrote the episode previous to that and the episode after that. So we had a little bit of pickups to do for Voyage of Temptation to make it seem like this wasn't the first time they were meeting because we recorded the episode before that, after that, if that makes
Wow.
sense.
That's awesome. That's awesome that George Lucas loved Satine. I
Yeah,
think we all
yeah,
I think we all love Satine. I think Satine is a powerful woman character in Star Wars. And I think she
absolutely.
stands for a lot. She stands for like what Padme stands for, freedom, rights. People like have voices, like
Right,
Star Wars is all about sometimes like Endor was all like politics, politics. Endor was. But I
right,
think also if the Clone Wars was going that route, like we don't get behind the scenes of what happened behind closed doors with politics, in the Star Wars universe. So Endor
right.
opened that up. I feel like we could have a show of animation ways and back in like the Clone Wars days and stuff like that. Like what was this all about? Like how did Sidious hide for so long? He's right under your nose, people. Come on, man.
Right.
And he has a big nose too at that. Like, come on, man. Um,
Very recognizable.
yeah, very.
Um,
So
yeah.
like,
No,
yeah, like
it is interesting how I think with the newer series, do you feel like the technology it's set in the future, but it still kind of stayed in line with the 1977 technology that George originally set up for Star Wars. Like it never was like, well, come on, don't you have something like a tool to make that happen, or a different
Yeah,
communication, like so that this didn't happen, so I've always been interested and intrigued by that, and also by the star systems or the planets that or are more like in Andor, where he comes from originally. He comes from an indigenous population, right, where they're like using blow darts and they don't have technology, and so it's a big galaxy. It's a big galaxy.
it
It's a big
is. It
universe,
is.
right? So there's lots of different planets and lots of different places to explore. So,
It is. Favorite Duchess scene?
ooh, I kind of do love that first episode where you meet her and she's saving Obi-Wan's life, and he's like, Satine, shut it down. I'm trying. Like she's trying to shut down the machine. She saves his life, and then afterwards she's such a smartass and says, and yet I still haven't heard any thanks. Like it's a great scene. It's so well written, and they're so like at each other, and I love it so much. So I felt like we were constantly writing that line of like not making it sitcom-y, but keeping it combative, but also with affection.
It was really good. You
Yeah,
did a
so I
great
think,
job, that Duchess.
thank you. So I think that build up, you know, getting to the end of the second episode where you're meeting her, where she professes her love for Obi-Wan, it makes sense. You're like, oh, okay, this is what's going on, and the whole, I do love that scene too, where I touch his face and say, I'm still not sure about the beard. And then she walks away and Anakin says something like, that's a remarkable woman. And, Obi-Wan's like, she certainly is, or whatever, whatever happens. It's just so beautifully written. So bravo to all the writers.
Really is. And then bravo to you and James of just killing it.
Thank you.
You guys did an amazing job. Obi-Wan and Duchess are one of my favorites in Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Thank you.
So
OB
I know
team
we have,
forever.
yes. Oh, how do you say it? I can't say it.
OB
I can't.
team. OB
OB
team.
team. OB team. I know we have to go because we're running out of time with my Anna.
Oh.
Uh, but
Well, we'll do it another time too, and maybe in
yes,
person, and there's so much more Star Wars to explore and talk about.
yes, and you're on so many animation shows in Star Wars, so
I have been. So I've been very lucky. I get to, yeah, I love, I got to work on Star Wars Rebels and Tales of the Empire, and good times.
it is. It's fun. It's really fun. So my last question to you. So anybody watching out that wants to become a voice actor, what is that one piece of advice that you would give that person?
Know your instrument, know your voice. And the funny thing about voices is we all, everyone will say, oh, I don't like the sound of my own voice. I don't like the sound of my own voice. But it's not necessarily what you sound like, it's what you can do with it. So study acting, become a strong actor, know how to play emotions, and then learn how to do that vocally. How do you express yourself when you can't see your face? How do you express yourself when you can't, see? That's the thing, is like a lot of on-camera actors, they're pausing and they do these pauses and do these moments, and I'm like, you're pausing, but I can't hear you pausing. Like I yes, I want a little air in there, but let me also hear you thinking or reacting or make a sound, So just know your instrument. And even if you're not a singer, try becoming a singer, because I think singers have a lot of control over their voice as far as pitch and volume control and things like that. So I highly recommend practicing singing if you want to be a voice actor, especially in animation.
Yeah, animation is the best, guys.
It's the
Animation is
best. I love it so much.
the best. Anywhere you would be next? What's your upcoming schedule like, Anna? Anna,
I am
I have to
definitely
say
going to
Anna.
post it. Yes, I know, right? I am definitely going to post where I'll be coming to like conventions and see you guys, because I'm able to do more conventions coming up, I'm so excited. I had the best time in Texas at Rebel ScumCon last month. And I can't wait to do that, especially the Star Wars conventions. They're so much fun.
They're
But
the best.
they're the best. They really
The
are.
best.
But any conventions where they want to have us voice actors there, I'm just so excited to be there. So definitely next July I'll be in Connecticut at Connecticon, and then I'm doing before that in May a different convention in Santa Maria, California. So I will be posting the details
When that time comes, guys. When that time
when
comes.
that time comes. Yeah, it's like next year. But honestly, I mean, it is hard for folks to plan. So getting a many months
Advance like
heads up.
this.
Yeah, advance notice is the best, because then people can book their flights and hotels and make a plan to come see people that you want to go see. So but my hat's off to all the conventions that are happening right now, because I feel like they're getting really creative with bringing together full casts, like you said, right? So like a couple times James and I have gotten to go to conventions together, and it's so wonderful to get to meet people together, because then we can talk to them about what OB-Teen means to them. But then I've done a convention with Matt and Ashley and James together, and it's the best. So
It is.
The more
we need
the
a
merrier.
Clone Wars reunion. We need a Clone Wars reunion, people.
Clone Wars
Rhode Island, make it
reunion, my
happen.
friend. Yes. Well, we have Star Wars Celebration coming up in Los Angeles in 2 years. So, and that's my hometown. So I'm hoping I'll be there.
You better be there, Anna. I'll put you in. I'll just send them a nasty email. Don't worry. I got you.
Keep it cool.
Gotcha.
Keep it
I
cool.
will keep
it nice.
Keep it cool.
Keep it nice.
Where can everybody find you on the social meteors?
Come see me on the socials. I'm at Gravy Pic, PIC on Insta, and I think I'm at Gravy Voice on Threads now, and Facebook. I think it's like Anna Graves voice actor. So not just Anna Graves, but Anna Graves voice actor.
Voice actor. Gotta get it right, because there could be an Anna Graves out there that's not a voice actor.
It's not a voice
following
actor.
Them.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Anna, thank you so much for coming on the show and
this
talking
was
with me.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. And yes, I'm keeping it keeping the force. Got the X there.
Got the extra show.
Yeah, exactly. So
thank you so much.
May the force be with you until next time.
Yes, you got to come back. You got to come back. But thank you so much. You mean so much to the Star Wars community and to me. You are an awesome person. You are so genuine as I can talk to you. Like, you're just like a friend that I just left a day ago, and you're back. You're amazing.
I treat everybody like a cousin sometimes. Like, I'm like, hey, you're like my cousin. And you don't see your cousin for 10 years, and it's like, yeah, it's like no time passed.
Yeah, it's like we come right back and talk about butter or something,
Yeah, butter.
Yeah,
hey,
butter.
Coconut oil or butter. What do you do?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. But before we go, Anna, I need you to do me a favor.
Okay, I'm ready.
Can you end the show with the Satine voice?
Absolutely. What shall I say?
You
now
can say any. I'm pressured and just watching you. You can say anything you want, and I'll end it by bye, and that's it.
All right. This is the Duchess Satine saying thank you for watching the X Wars show. May peace be with you, and may the force be with you always.
Bye.
Bye.